Stash money, baby. Stash money, baby. Stash money.
Sending love and light y'all way. It is I, Madam Z, again, and I am here today with the message of encouragement. And I wanted to talk about resistance to self, resistance to that inner part of self that is always striving to come out, to uh, allow its voice to be projected, yet we get in the way of it and we block we block ourselves and our manifestations of prosperity and abundance by refusing to listen and follow our heart and gut intuition. And I wanted to talk about getting out of your own way because I am growing to master getting out of my own way, and that is a evolutionary journey that is going to follow me throughout my life, I'm sure, because there are so many things in the ether around us, thoughts and negative emotions and energy that we're pulling down all day without realizing it, and our minds sometimes get fogged up, and so we kind of become unclear and indecisive towards what we want and the things that we should go after. And that inner voice that's telling us which direction to go in, we refuse to listen to that too. So that creates this inner resistance that is exhibited outside in our lifestyles and the people we know, and it's resistance towards the growth of our own individual self that's within, and it's constantly realizing things that we aren't even aware of because self knows best. Self is divine. Self is connected to source. Self is who we are truly on the inside, our spiritual being. And so when I say self, I'm referring to that spiritual essence that dwells within this vehicle, giving us life and creating that energy that allows us to maintain this flow. And a self is a very creative person. So self is always creating new thoughts, new ideas to encourage us to grow and evolve past our current state. Yet sometimes we choose to, well, not sometimes, most oftentimes, we choose to ignore that voice that's urging us on, that's urging us to lose past behaviors and habits that weren't serving us then and no longer serve us now. And so we're constantly going back to the past, looking through our rearview mirror instead of looking at what's in front of us and looking ahead into the future, because that's all we have. The past is no more. So the resistance that we have towards our growth keeps us locked and rooted in the past. And that's no way to grow. You can't grow from your past, especially if your past behaviors, actions, and lifestyle didn't work for you before. You know, one of the processes that I have used along this journey is to journal. I encourage everyone to pick up pen and paper and journal. At every opportunity you get, I keep a journal with me. I carry it everywhere I go. There are times when I need to jot down my thoughts, or I have emotions that I want to express that wouldn't do me any good to actually physically react to or verbally react to. That's not going to do me any good by throwing a tantrum or fussing at the universe and my lifestyle and the surroundings and the people for not adhering to my ways, not having the level of control that I always want, because we always want to be in control. And I had to realize that nothing is in my control. Absolutely nothing. The only thing that is in my control is what is within me. That is how I'm able to establish control, by maintaining discipline within myself. And I'm constantly doing work to make sure to maintain that balance of being able to be decisive and have clarity and focus and discipline to go about my day. What are you doing, puppy? I'm recording. Come here. What are you doing? What? You on that stuff, aren't you? I'm not going to chase you right now. A little Frenchie wants to play. There you are. Kisses. Yes, 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 yes. All right, now what was the amazing Grace Bones has also been a part of my journey. She has helped me to establish more patience and more discipline in my day-to-day activities. And I appreciate this little small gift that has been gracing me for the past 7 months. And I am truly blessed. All right. Now, there you go. You stay there. Good girl. Okay. Back to where I was. Back to where I was. Talking about getting out of your way and removing resistance from your life. Now, I'm not perfect at it. In fact, it's my perfect imperfections that keep me leveling up along this journey. Because every time I fail, I learn a lesson. And I use my journal to write that down to remind me that, hey, we tried this and it didn't work. So let's try this other path that self told me to try. And I'm learning that each and every time I follow my conscience in clarity and decisiveness and focus and just satisfaction in knowing that it's going to come to fruition. It always does. I'm always able to manifest it. Whether it's me trying to manifest a new commission, somebody coming in to order some more artwork, or me manifesting new opportunities for my children to be able to enjoy this life even in more abundance than what they already are, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to enjoy this life. We're here to create, and we're here to get in touch with our inner being and complete this karmatic cycle that has been chosen by us. Believe it or not, we all made the choice. And that's another thing that resistance. You can choice and resistance. Choice. Choosing the path that you want to follow of your own free will. Resistance. Being blocked from that path you want to follow of your own free will. They are two sides of the same coin, y'all. Two sides of the same coin. With the choice of your free will, you can choose to level up and manifest your desires as you grow. And with the resistance, you have that free will of staying where you are and being complacent and stagnant in your life and lifestyle. I recognize that everybody's not walking the same journey. We all are walking different journeys. Yet along the way, there are all these road signs to help navigate us from falling off the cliff. Because this mountain that we're climbing is steep. You might start at the bottom of it, but you got to go up that mountain. It's like climbing a pyramid, without anything to truly grab hold to pull you up, because the pyramid with its surfaces isn't going to have all the crags and rocky ledges that a mountain would, right? So I like to imagine myself on a pyramid, and I'm steadily climbing that pyramid. But the way that I'm doing it, I'm using my faith, and I'm kind of like freaking Spider-Man. I'm using my faith to actually be able to move myself and navigate myself even further along the path that I'm choosing to follow. And I know I'm going the right way because I haven't, one, I'm still here. Two, I find I find affirmation and confirmation from the universe every morning I wake up. Every morning I wake up and I can say, I woke up, I'm here. And not only did I wake up in love. I wake up in love with life. I wake up in love with things that I have to do, even if sometimes it seems like there's so much on my plate. I can't eat it all. I enjoy the fact that I have all that on my plate to even look at. Because I can remember for myself when there was a time when my plate was always, they always talk about a cup and I'm talking about a plate. But my plate was always small miniature portions to where I could only focus on one side at a time. Everything else was so overwhelming that I had to keep everything portional for my reality at that time. I couldn't even look at all the other sides and entrees that were included on this big plate that life gives us. And I was in resistance. My eyes were closed, eyes wide shut. They were. And I made that choice consciously to let go of that resistance and develop a pattern of my own free will and choosing. And I started to journal. I started to record myself in memos on my phone, and that way that allowed me to keep a audio journal, so that at times when I couldn't find a pen to write with, I was able to pick up my phone and hit record, and later on go back and listen to those recordings. And even now I'm able to go back 2 years and listen to recordings that I've made of myself, for myself, to help me grow. And I'm just so amazed and so grateful and so thankful that it is working. It has helped me get to where I am today, confident in each step that I'm taking, so much so that I'm doing more when it comes to actually recording these videos and uploading them to YouTube, and actually being able to express myself without fear of judgment or or being condemnation about my past behaviors and actions, because none of that matters. Only my today and what I do from this day forward. That's what matters most. And there are times when I have a day where I'm not up here with my energy. It starts to fall. I just never let it bottom out. Never. I always find a path to direct my energy to, so that I won't get stagnant or fall backwards down into that deep, dark well of despair that I had to climb out of to get to where I am today. And I was in resistance for a very long time. A huge part of that resistance was me being addicted to opioids. And today I was at the gym, and I'm sitting in the massage chair, and I'm looking on the wall because they got TVs everywhere. And I really don't see a lot of commercials because the only TV I'm watching is actually self-help books, audio books, and the occasional child movie with my children. But I do my best to limit the screen time that I have between the TV as well as my children and anybody in my household. The TV is just not going to be on because it just dumbs you down and it creates even further resistance from what you already have. It's adding to that resistance because you're seeing things on television, and we're visual beings. We got a reptilian mind. So we're visual, and you're seeing these things, and you're seeing things that you want, things that you don't have, and you're multiplying all that resistance because you refuse to move past it. You refuse to shut off the idiot box. You refuse to make the choice to follow self that is right there to guide you with the red flag, waving it in your face and screaming and shouting up and down. But in reality, you hear nothing because you're in that place of resistance. And as I was saying, I was in that place of resistance with opioids, and the inner self, my spirit was telling me, I could feel it screaming, begging me, let me out of this cage. I don't want to be on these opioids anymore. I'm tired of being put to sleep. That's exactly what opioids did. They put me to sleep for almost 19 years. And that's a very long time to be on opioids. To now that I'm older and I'm wiser and I've gone through the journey that I have, I recognize that those 19 years of pain management, they they happen. I can't go back and replace them, but there was a better way. There was a better way for me to handle my pain, and I was in resistance to hearing anything outside of what the doctor could provide for me. Well, what the doctor say? My doctor knows best. I refused to listen to my gut when my gut told me, no, don't take this pill. Morphine, Morpheus, the god of sleep, puts you to sleep. So for so long, I was under the spell of morphine, fentanyl, oxycontin, oxycodone, you name it, I had it. Valium, Ambien, Percocet, hydrocodone, Lunesta, promethazone, promethazine, you name it, and I had it. My medicine cabinet was filled with drugs. I was a walking pharmacist. Drugs, antibiotics, and steroids for a period of almost 19 years. No, it was 19 years. 19 years of that. Yet I had to make that conscious decision to let go of resistance and use my choice of free will to let self reign free. And reign free she has. Being able to become one with myself has not only allowed me to elevate, but it's also allowed me to inspire and encourage others around me. Being able to share my truth to those willing to experience it is a feeling for me beyond measure. It is gratitude all day. I'm constantly in a state of gratitude. And I'm so grateful to be able to speak and articulate myself in a way that I can hopefully inspire and reach someone else who has that resistance toward giving up opioids, excuses, playing the victim. You can't be the victim if you're making the choice to be the victim. You can't. You are allowing yourself to be victimized. And it's nobody else is doing it to you. We victimize ourselves. Again, we have to get out of our own way. And this is a lesson that I'm continuing to grow through. It's a journey that I don't care how old you get, you're going to learn something new. Every wise man knows that he knows nothing at all, because there's so much information out there and everybody got their own perspectives and opinions. What matters is the truth that you hold dear inside. So I hope that you guys are out there not paying attention to your resistance, but that inner will within that wants to see you thrive and flourish. Because we are all in the process of elevating right now and raising the frequency and vibration on this planet so that we can prosper. And in order to do that, we all have to let go of the resistance and make the choice to follow free will of self. And that free will of self is going to come with clarity, focus, and you're going to be able to have the stamina and energy and the joy to go about your day in a state of gratitude and thanksgiving. One of the things that I have truly come to appreciate the most in my life is gratitude. Being able to express how much I appreciate waking up every morning and being able to create and follow my own heart's desire. Again, words cannot measure. Words cannot measure, only actions. And I'm doing those actions right now by creating this video. I hope y'all have found some words of encouragement and inspiration. And I pray that you find your path of least resistance towards your greatest version. Thank y'all for watching this video, and please click the link and subscribe. Right now I am in the process of growing not only myself but this channel as well, and I would really appreciate it if you subscribe and comment below and let me know, what do you think? How am I doing so far? I appreciate everything, and I appreciate everyone for listening. And until next time, y'all, peace, one love.